Journey. Great to see everybody. Welcome to Walking the Path. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. And uh and what else? It's a beautiful day. It's a great day to be alive. Guess who's here this week? Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith is here at Rythmia, and we are so excited to have him. It's always such a totally huge joy to have him. He did a beautiful workshop yesterday. As well as Monday, and we're just blessed to be in the presence of a great master. And guess what? You know, when you're in the presence of someone, and I know you have people in your lives that are like this, and I have people in my life that are like this. There's people that bring an energy that shift the whole energy of the place, right? When they show up, love shows up. When that person shows up, compassion shows up. When that person shows up, joy shows up, or peace shows up, or fun shows up, right? You know, like, oh, that person's coming, it's going to be like this. That's how we all are. That this is really what the meaning of being the beneficial presence is that, you know, that we bring an atmosphere with us. When we show up, we're interacting with the environment, and we're co-creating with all those around us. But something, unique comes when we come. Well, that's what's happening with Reverend Michael. And because he has done the work for so many years, he has a real powerful footprint. But that's available for all of us. We have huge footprints in people's lives around us. So I want to share that with you just as a way to start. And then I want to say hey to Dana and This Little Light and Melissa. Welcome. How's everything going today? It's a great day. And guess what? I want to share this with you because today's topic is freedom in the groove. And this is something kind of, hey, Colette, thank you so much, love. I'm just so grateful that you're here. And Laura, welcome. And woohoo, we all bring a unique energy indeed. So the last couple of weeks, hey, Kathy from Washington, the last couple of weeks that we've been talking, we were talking about New Year's. Good morning, Robin. New Year's letter, right? Our letter, reviewing the year in the past and writing a letter to ourselves. So this is all part of the intentionality of 2022. And hey, Garrett, great to see you. So 2022 is a year for me. Tornado Joe, what's up, man? Great to see you. 2022 for me, the intention that I set is flow and structure. Flow and structure. That's freedom in the groove to me, because my personality is that I like structure. I like scheduling and lists, and I'm Virgo, right? Like, I like stuff in order, and I like to have my day in order. I like to have time blocks, and I like to have everything set up. It's really great. It's super. But for me, what I notice is that I can carry that like structure. And when I do everything right, I feel good. And if I miss something, I feel bad, right? I'm kind of setting myself up for failure with this carcass of a structure. So I was trying to think, how can I have more freedom and flow in my life? But I also have to acknowledge my own personality type, which is I like structure. I like order. I like organization. So freedom in the groove, flow and structure. How are we going to do that? This is what I'm coming up with for myself. I want to share it with you. Anybody else have that kind of thing? Like, I really love structure. I really love organization, but I find it hard to maintain it. And then when I fail at it, I start to judge myself, and I kind of go into this downward spiral. And then I kind of that's where most New Year's resolutions go, right? We start off strong, then we miss it, then we get beat ourselves up for it, and then it goes away. So, hey, Kathy, thank you for that. So my idea was structure and flow. And this was the thought. Can I create a structure that's more flexible? And what I came up with was hitting, like, there's a couple of things that are super important that I want to do every day. Like, I want to write every day. And right now for me, that's the most important thing. And then there's all these other things that I want to accomplish. Some things are mundane, like, organize stuff, and I have to run errands, and I want to clean, and I want to pray, and I want to meditate, and I want to work out, and I want to hike, and I want to practice the piano, and I want to read, and I want to go to my place of employment, and I want to see clients. As I do private sessions with clients. I want to see clients. I want to be available at Rythmia. I want to teach. I want to do Facebook Lives. I want to have dinner with friends. I want to walk my dog. I want all these things, right? So I've got this sort of laundry list of things, and then the top two things that I really want to get done every day, like my morning practice and writing. And then if I could just accomplish those two things, then the rest of the day is open, and I can plug in. Oh, today looks like a good day to run errands. Today looks like a good day to I can get a cardio here, or I can work out, or I can go to the beach. Oh, I'll go for a hike. Like all of these other things that I want to fit in. And there's also a lot more space for me around that. For example, today is kind of a low energy day for me. And I had been, just going strong. Reverend Michael's here, and we're doing classes with him. And then, we have meetings and extra stuff outside. And it's been a full month since actually December up to now. And so today I kept noticing a low energy. My natural tendency was to push through it. All right, let's get this shit done. We got to check this stuff off the list. And I went, wait a minute, let me listen to my body. It's a little lower energy day. Why don't you? So that gave me the flexibility. I got my morning writing done and my morning sadhana. And then the rest of the day, I've just been a little bit more gentle with myself. And because I hadn't put this whole structure in place, the guilt and the judgment is less prevalent, right? Has less of a pull, less power. So that's one way of working with structure and flow. Here's the thing. Think of a flow state. Flow, water. What flows? Air flows, water flows, right? Structure doesn't flow. Structure is structure. So we're talking about flow and structure. How does that work? Well, the banks of a river, right, contain the river. But the river also changes the banks, right? So the banks are soft and they're malleable and they move. That's one way of thinking about it. Flow also is, think about surfing. Surfing is flow, right? The surfer wants to control and has an objective, right? They want to get up. They want to go on the wave. There's something they have to do, but they need to wait for the right times. They have to go with the flow. And then be available to catch the wave when it's coming. So these are ways that I've been thinking about it. Like, so there's some things that I can't control, but I need to be available when I can, right? When something comes up, I have to be available for the flow. And then when it ebbs, I also could be available to really be aware, to be more aware of how things are flowing in my life. So structure and flow, freedom in the groove. Freedom in the groove is a jazz term, right? Freedom in the groove is another way of thinking about structure and flow. So I'm just throwing out some ideas to see what might be the right metaphor or analogy for you. So I like the jazz metaphor as well. Freedom and structure. Freedom in the groove, flow and structure. Hey, Dorota. Hey, Dana. Hey, Garrett. Dana, thanks for that. Appreciate that. And okay, so think about jazz. When you are a musician, you have to have a lot of practice. You have to be ready, just like the surfer. The musician has to be ready. They have to know something about music theory. They've got to know their scales. They've got to know their time signatures. They've got to know the different key signatures. There has a level of mastery and proficiency, all this structure, all this like density, right? I got to learn, I got to, all of that. But in a jazz setting, right, you come together and I want to play a jazz tune with you. So we got to go, all right, what's the song? All right, we're going to play, I can't, Body and Soul. We're going to play Body and Soul. Okay, cool. So we know what the header is. We know the song, and we're going to play it in D major, right? C flat, whatever. I don't know. We're going to play it in a key. See, I know the key signature and the time signature. So I have to have some structure. I have to have a key signature, I have a time signature. We got to know what the song is. We have to all be in agreement. And then I'm going to play, then you're going to play, then you're going to play. So we got to know the order of solos. And then from there, it's flowing within the structure of the key signature, the time signature, the order, and the song, right? There's some structure, and infinite possibilities can emerge within that structure. Infinite improvisation, infinite creativity emerges from the structure. So creativity, hey, Petra, hey, Dorota, thank you for that beautiful thing you wrote. You responded to somebody's question about thought leaders, and I was like, thank you, Dorota. So freedom isn't just doing whatever I want whenever I want to do it, right? I can't just be like, I don't do whatever I want. That's not real freedom. Freedom and creativity come within structure. So I can be more creative and more free within a structure. Chess is the same way. There's really strict rules of chess, and there's only so much space on a board and so many pieces, but there's infinite possibilities within that structure. So creativity and flow come out of structure and flow. There's freedom in the groove. Now, let's take all of those analogies and put them into the context of what we've been talking about in our New Year's letters. So when we were talking about the New Year's letter, we were writing a letter to ourselves. These are the last couple of talks that we did. So if you didn't catch them, you can go back to the archives on Rythmia, Facebook Live, or you can go to YouTube and check it out there. But the idea was that we wrote a letter to ourselves from 2023, January 2023, to ourselves in January 2022, telling ourselves about the year in some very specific areas, what we call the 8 life structures. The 8 life structures, as developed by Reverend Michael Bernard Beckwith at Agape, are spirituality, beliefs, ego, body temple, community, finances, career, and relationships, right? So beliefs, body temple, spirituality, ego, career, finances, relationships. These are the areas. These are our structures in life. When those structures are harmonized, we're then a candidate. We're then available to focus on our spiritual growth and development, on our awakening. But if my career life structure, my financial life structure, and my body temple life structure are out of whack, I'm not really. If I'm facing a major illness and I'm unable to pay my bills and I don't have a stable job, my energy is focusing on my health and my job and my bills. I'm not focusing on meditation and prayer and fellowship and sacred study and spiritual growth. I have to focus on surviving, right? So that's another way of saying that our life structures are when harmonized, when structure in our lives are harmonized, when they are in harmony and balance, then I am able to place my awareness on other things. When those structures are not balanced and in harmony, I've got to take care of those. And there's nothing wrong with either one. But the awareness is, oh, I really got to focus on the structure of my beliefs because they're limiting me, rather than focusing on my spiritual growth and expansion. Although harmonizing each of those life structures is spiritual growth and expansion. But again, when those structures are harmonized, I am a candidate for enlightenment. When I'm working on stabilizing those life structures, I'm working towards that, but my focus is on the stabilization of the life structures, and there can be so it's a different focus. So all of this to say that my intention for 2022 is flow and structure, freedom in the groove. And the way that I'm now working, this is all part of the letter process from writing that letter and reviewing 2021 and what are the lessons that I learned. And now within that, I'm looking at creating structures in my life that support me in having some flexibility. And my final piece today is today as an example. So today, I just want to be real with you. It was a kind of a lower energy day for me because I had been really putting out a lot of energy over these last weeks, 6 weeks, and then culminating in the last couple of weeks has been a real high output of energy and focus. So today I was able to utilize the structure and flow paradigm that I set up for myself, accomplish the things that I had said, I got to do these 2 things every day. And if I get those things done, then the rest of the day I can plug in other things or not do anything. And so today was one of those days. There were 3 things that I had to get done and I got them done. And now the rest of the day, it's like, oh, I can check in with myself and go, I'm a little tired and my body's calling for rest. And instead of beating myself up because I'm not doing all the things that I set out to do today, I'm able to actually bring awareness to my body and actually say to myself, you know what? The best way that I can accomplish all these other things that I want to accomplish today is to be a little bit more gentle with myself for the rest of the day. You've accomplished these things. That was what you had to do. And now is the opportunity for me to listen to my own soul's unfolding, what's being called for right now, and to say, like, that's just as productive. Being aware of what my soul is calling for and what my body temple is calling for, what my energy level is today, is just as productive as checking off a bunch of stuff on my list. But my old way of being would have been like, no, push through. And it would have been a real slog of a day. So freedom in the groove, flow and structure. How can you set up flow and structure in your life? Is that something that appeals to you? What are your thoughts? Let me know. Shoot me a direct message on Instagram or Facebook, and let me know your thoughts on freedom in the groove, on flow and structure, and what you're doing to bring harmony to your life structures. Kathy just asked if I could post the 8 life structures. Yes, I can, but let me just repeat them really quickly, and I'll go slow because I think it would be easier if you were able to catch them now. Is that cool, Kathy? All right. So first life structure, beliefs. Our belief systems. What are our beliefs? Our ego. We have to have a healthy ego. A healthy ego, a harmonized ego, is one that isn't concerned about competition or comparison, has personal confidence, and isn't comparing ourselves to others. And another life structure is spirituality. What are our spiritual practices? What are the things that we're doing within the realm of spiritual practice to keep ourselves centered every day? Our body temple, right? Our physical body. What do we need to do to harmonize the life structure of our physical body? Career. Is our career in alignment with our intention? Is our career in alignment with our life purpose? And our finances. We have to have a stable financial life structure so that it supports us in being able to do the things that we want to do. And then there's the community. We have to have community in our lives. We have to have the structure of community that supports us, of people that we can lean into, that we can interact with, that's a supportive, intentional community that supports us in waking up, right? And then relationships. What are our interpersonal relationships like? What's our relationship with ourselves? What's our relationship with God? Let's see if I've hit them all. So once again, Kathy, ego, beliefs, spirituality, career, finances, community, relationships, and body temple. There we go. Hey, Dana, beliefs, ego, spirituality, body temple, career, financial, community, relationship. Boom. You got it. Awesome. Dana, flow and structure equals flourishing. I love it. Yes, indeed. So grateful for you guys. Wow. What a beautiful, I have to tell you, it was a challenging day, right? A challenging day to put the energy out. But I knew that once I got on here and started interacting with you guys, it just flowed, right? We've got a great structure. All right, wait a minute. Tornado Joe is saying, would you be willing to do a video on acceptance? I.e. thoughts of the past bring resentment and regret, future fear and uncertainty because present feels stagnant and directionless. Maybe just accept. Actually, Brother Joe, I am working on a book. And happen. 1 second. Sorry, something happened with the technology there for a minute. Okay, so yes, I would be willing to do a topic on a video on acceptance because it's one of the pillars of sacred truths. Acceptance of oneself, acceptance of what's so, right? And acceptance of others. A huge piece of flow. Acceptance is a piece of flow. It's because I have to be able to accept what's so, the inevitability of the present moment, and then from there I can flow with it and, like the surfer, navigate that next wave. So yes, I will. And Dana, ho'oponopono. Yes, I love that. I love you. Forgive me. I'm sorry. Thank you. Or forgive me. I'm sorry. I love you. Thank you. What a beautiful practice. So yes, Joe, I'll do it next week. It's a great, great topic and something that I'm working on. So one mind, brother. All right, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful beings, accept what's so in order to flow. Dana, you are a poet. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful to have this opportunity to share with you. Thank you guys so much for dropping in. It's such an honor. Whether you're here live or you're listening later, I'm so grateful. I'm sending you much love and peace, that your day flows with peace, ease, and grace. Let your day flow with peace, ease, and grace. So much love. Thank you.